You're actually incorrect when you say that the Liberals have always opposed superannuation. Nothing could actually be further from the truth. Now, vocally, hear me out. Vocally, they will oppose it in the chamber and they'll talk about how it's all bad and that. But in the dead of night, little Johnny Howard and Peter Costello ran down to the Sura with their mates from the banks, CBA, National Australia Bank, Westpac and ANZ. CBA did a joint venture with Colonial Mutual. National Australia Bank did a joint venture with National Mutual. Westpac did a joint venture or took over Bankers Trust, and ANZ did a joint venture with ING. And actually, Colonial Mutual's return on equity when they were owned by the Commonwealth Bank was 66%. So don't believe it when you think that the Liberals don't support superannuation. I pleaded with the former Treasurer, Josh Frydenberg, not to lift the superannuation levy from 9% to 12%, but he didn't block it. Because at the end of the day, the banks love superannuation, and you know why? Because it increases the mortgage. If you can't pay your mortgage off quicker because your money's tied up in superannuation, it means you've got to pay more interest on your mortgage. That's why the banks love superannuation, and that's why the Liberals love to pretend they hate superannuation, but they don't. Because had they been serious about it, they would have actually listened to me when I was Secretary of the Finance backbench and pleaded with them to enable people to keep their own wages. And Senator Gallagher just belled the cat again because she said the average balance of superannuation is $267,000. Well, guess what the threshold for the full pension to start getting off the full pension is? It's $312,000. So that means after 32 years of superannuation, almost 33 years of superannuation, it hasn't shifted the dial. Now, I'll accept it's not fully matured yet, but guess what? This is what's going to happen when your superannuation becomes fully matured. You are going to get people to start withdrawing a lifetime's worth of savings, and you're going to get someone pulling out 40 years' worth of savings, and you're going to need 40 people coming in to replace those savings. So you're going to start to see withdrawals exceed contributions. You're going to see forced asset sales, which is going to induce a liquidity crisis, and then you'll see the government have to step in and solve the problem. Now, I've approached a number of Labor people and said if you got rid of the tax on the unrealised gains, I'd consider the legislation. But here's the thing, the whole taxing of superannuation is fundamentally flawed, and it was actually Howard and Costello that ramped up superannuation from 4% to 9%. They should have killed it stone cold dead when they got elected in 1996. They didn't, but I will acknowledge the former Senator Richard Alston, who did a great job in 1992 when it was introduced. He did try to oppose it, and the Liberal Party then opposed it. But of course, Howard was always the banker's servant, and Costello, and he actually rolled over on superannuation. So to listen to the Liberals come in here and slag off superannuation, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it. You had your opportunity to kill it stone cold dead, and you didn't.
Authorised G. Rennick People First Chermside.